Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow believers. Let's get it going. How are you guys doing? This is a new shot, a new setup. If you checked last week, the videos I filmed right outside the balcony, yes, that is what you were looking at. It is just nighttime now. Fun fact, my wife and I, Mallory, we just filmed some videos. We filmed one video. It took us 2.5 hours, but it's okay. It is recorded. We were filming here on this table. Of course, she was beside me, and I figured, you know what? This looks pretty crispy. Let me try filming a video for myself on this channel. So, honest, this is really bringing back self-developed vibes, which was the old business, the old YouTube channel. Of course, now we have Biblically Masculine, we have Christ Developed. We are in a complete different headspace. And honestly, guys, in today's video, I really just felt inspired to tell you guys, as men, this is your sign. I recorded this one outside, but I'm going to do it here. This is your sign to go all in. It is your time. There is zero excuse anymore, guys. You know how God speaks to me, and I just want these to be chill little chats with you guys, is God gives me signs, usually speaking through other individuals, right? For everyone, it's a little bit different. Maybe for you, it's dreams. Maybe for this guy, it's whatever. But for me, I'll just speak to random clients. I'll speak to family members. People will just, I'll just overhear conversations. And these individuals will be saying or thinking exactly what I'm feeling, right? So as an example, I've had the impetus as of late to really just crack YouTube, crack this channel, go all in, be 100% unapologetic. And we're talking to the masses. But there was a lot of internal conflict as far as, you know, is this my pride? Is this my ego? But I continue to hear, whether it was through clients, through my wife's mom, even like, people, whether they're starting channels, they're messaging me saying, David, I have so much energy built up within me that I need to share with the world. And here's how I knew it was true. Here's how I knew something was wrong. Tell me you guys can relate. I was beginning to resent other people close to me because of the lack of me walking in my purpose. Meaning, I was noticing I was beginning to grow a little bit bitter, or I would begin to like see flaws in people, or like problems in the world. And instead of in a righteous way, of course, seeing these problems too in myself, instead of in a righteous way, documenting that, right, through a YouTube channel, through some kind of art form that God's calling you towards, because I wasn't doing that, it was just festering. It's almost, this is going to sound a little vile, but it's like, if you got to take a deuce for 2-3 days straight and you're not doing it, that's not going to be good for you. And what I was noticing is I was noticing the exact same thing with other people too. They were beginning to grow. It's just like you have this energy within you, and because you're not letting it out, it's manifesting in an ugly way. You know, again, this will sound a little bit vile, but it's similar to semen retention, right? No FAP. What we need to understand, guys, is that if you're not going to FAP, you must use this energy in a different way, because if you don't, it's either going to come out in a wet dream or you're just going to go back to doing just that. It needs to be transmutated. And I'm here to tell you guys, for those men who are feeling that impetus, that calling, that just really, for lack of better terms, internal pressure to full send it. It's now, man. It's do or die. Like, if you don't do this, you will grow. And I truly believe this is why so many old men, right? Now, if you've matured as a good, bold, right, correct old man, you actually become more childlike, right? Nietzsche speaks about that. He's not Christian, so I'm just philosophy, right? But he speaks about that, where you look at a lot of men, one of the first ways you can tell that they did not fulfill their calling from God is what? They're bitter. They're just bitter to the world. Everything's wrong. The soup's too cold. This is too hot. They're always complaining. They're like babies, right? Where a good old man, let's say, just as an example, right? He went to World War II and like he fought, he did his time. He served in the military. He was a base Chad, right? This guy had like 10 kids. He grew up on a farm. You can tell, even though he's done a lot. And if anyone has a reason to like complain, like he's just like, I know I fulfilled my mission. He's got this contentness, for lack of a better term, not sure if that's a word, feel about him. Right? He's made it. That's what the hero's call to adventure is. Really, that's the last phase, right? We all start off in Nietzsche's book, Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Again, he's not a Christian, but I like the illustration. You start off as a camel, a beast of burdens. That's where a lot of you guys are at right now. This is where I was at, right? A beast of burdens. You just shut up, camel, do this, do that, give me 10 jumping jacks, go to school, be a good boy, do your 9 to 5. And a lot of men get stuck there, right? And now what we're beginning to feel is going to the lion phase. That's the second phase. Right? That's eventually at a certain point you say, you know what? F this. I'm done. Take all this garbage off me. I don't care about this. Why am I doing this? You're beginning to question, right? You know, Andrew Tate and them would say this is leaving the matrix. Really, this comes down to Jesus Christ, becoming born again, and now walking in your calling, right? It's insinuated you guys are all born again as believers, but now walking in your calling, right? Picking up your cross, being a disciple, being unto good works. That's Ephesians 2:10, and that's where we're at now. Again, we enter this phase, this cycle, I should say, this phase many times. I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years now, but that's what I've been feeling. This just internal, just right, the wrestle of the flesh and the spirit. The spirit wants to go out, just to exhort that energy, right? Like playing a musical instrument, just to let it out, right? Take that deuce after 3 days you haven't done. But the flesh is oh, that's not for me anymore. Whatever story, we make up all these stories in our head. I'm too old. I'm not good enough. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And I'm here to tell you guys that if you don't do it, you will turn into that old, bitter, resentful man. Right? What do they say? What's that good old quote, right? They say that most people die at 20, but their physical bodies are buried at 80. That's a fact. And I'm here to tell you guys that it's time to full send. It's as simple. I'm telling you right now, it is easier to full send, as in, right, become the lion. And the lion is now you're just slanging and banging. You're a demon slayer until you hit the child phase, which I know it sounds derogatory. Child phase. The child phase is the third phase. It just kind of means you've come full circle, right? You're at a level of peace. You've slayed the demons, right? Which I'm not saying I'm at by any means. I'm too hot-headed for that. So I'm here to tell you guys that it is actually ironically easier, right, to let go, to go to the lion phase, even though, yes, it's triggering. You're confronted by all these insecurities, than to just die resentful. Screw that. So that's really it, man. That's the whole point of this video. That's what I felt inspired to do. We're going to blow up this channel, and I just want to make sure it's not to glorify myself, because that's why I personally took a big break from this channel. Actually, fun fact, like I told you at the beginning of this video, I had a bigger channel called Self-Developed. The YouTube plaque is actually up there. It had over 200,000 subs, and I gave that up because it was just self-glorification. So I want to wrap it up here on this note here, just to bring it full circle. Guys, it's time to full send, but it's time to full send for Jesus Christ. Your mission, and here's how you know, I'll make separate videos on this. You know that this mission is from God because it glorifies God. If it only glorifies yourself, I would more than argue that it's either, it's not your mission from God. It's either from yourself, our own volition, our own flesh, or it's from Satan, right? So it's time to full send, but you need to make sure, guys, that it's full sending with the newness of life. Right? It's going from that old job that just glorifies you, that old business, that drop shipping, crypto, you know what, BS kind of garbage that's just for ourselves, to now unto Jesus, unto God, right? I'll finish here with my favorite verse, or one of them. It's 1 Corinthians 10:31. It goes, whether you eat, whether you drink, whatever you do, let it be all to the glory of God. Amen, guys. That is it. I hope this video is some encouragement for you guys throughout the week, whatever that passion, really, I don't even like the word passion because that's pretty effeminate. Whatever that mission is, whatever that calling is, it is time to rock it. And that's it, because otherwise you will die and have to give an account to God based on your disobedience. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, guys. As always, I'll finish it with the one final plug. There is discipleship coaching if you guys are interested and want to further take this path with an older brother who's been at this for maybe just a little bit longer. That is that, guys. God bless you. You can always gift the ministry too, or pick up some merch. You can check out the podcast. I started a podcast with my buddy. It's called Biblically Masculine. Actually, the tapestry is right there, or I've Christ developed my my other ministry, but that's for evangelism. God bless, guys. Check you next time. Give me feedback, and we'll see you then. Till then, much love. Peace.